Hey guys, it's Barrel Racer 2002 here, and like I put out this morning, I'm going to do a video on. I'm shaking my camera. I'm sorry. I'm going to be doing a video on. Hang on, I'm gonna make this stable. There we go. Oh, that face was not attractive. No, it was not. But I'm going to be doing a video on. What was I talking about? A video on. Someone just shut a door and no one is home. That's kind of scary. Good thing I locked my door. Why the F do I have two different color eyes? Did anybody notice that? Anybody? That one's dark blue, and I do not wear contacts. Look. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, but I'm going to do a video today, this video right here, that you're watching currently, on overcoming obstacles in the equestrian world. As all of us as equestrians know, there's gonna be that little barn witch that's always gonna come and rain on your parade. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but that's always gonna happen. You can't stop it. But that's gonna bother me. That's gonna bother me. So first I'm blue because my curtains are blue, and now I have two different color eyes. This is just perfect. But to get started, okay, blah. And I just wasted a minute and a half of your time. I'm sorry. But there's always going to be a barn witch that wants to rain on your parade, and to deal with that, this video is here to help. I'm always here. You can't stop me. I'm always here. My life's on YouTube. I'm sorry. If I annoy you, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have subscribed to me if I annoy you. But ew. Ugh. That's cool. But that barn witch, some of us might call it our trainers. I don't. I love my trainers, except for the one here. Yeah, Hunter's Court. Watch yourself. But there's always going to be that one person that wants to rain on your parade, whether it's your trainer or whether it's your one of the girls, like the barn brat. I know I have a lot of those at my barn, especially at my English barn. That one's just, ooh, they're everywhere. Like a whole flock everywhere. They're just everywhere. But there's always going to be that one girl or boy. I know there's a lot of spoiled equestrian boys out there that just want to rain on your parade, and the equestrian world is a sport ruled by girls, so you know there's always going to be gossip in a barn somewhere. Whether it be you're in that circle or whether it be you're not. You never know. You could be involved in the talk even though you're not involved in the little circle of gossip. I know that I've been involved in that because I have a lot of barn friends that are in that circle, and they can't keep their mouths shut for the life of them, so they just kind of report to me. I'm not ashamed. I mean, if they want to talk about me, but there's some people in the case. I'm not going to say that my trainer likes to rain on me, but she does like to point out more flaws than beauties in my riding, and I like riding trainers that balance that out. Like my trainer in Florida, she does a perfect job of that. Veronica and Roxanne do a wonderful job of that. Megan did a pretty good job in the little bit of time that I was with her. But they did a really good job. They were like, okay, I'll break it down. Around the barrels, your first barrel is beautiful. I like how you use your foot, or I like how you use your heel. I'm tired, okay? But around that second barrel, your foot or your heel kind of went back too much, and she swung her hips out. So she kind of uses my flaws with my beauty at the same time. That's what I like about my trainers. But this trainer here, I'm using my life, for instance, trying to give you advice. I'm sorry. But my trainer here, she automatically just points out the flaws, doesn't point out what I did right to try to block a flaw. But she does sort of. Like, I was jumping a triple combination yesterday with, like, I think it was a 1-stride, 2-stride, and then you had to go all the way around. I don't know. But it was a 1-stride, 2-stride, and then you were free at the ends. But that. She said, okay, you gotta sit up. Okay, I sat up. Do it again. Didn't say good job, didn't say, okay, you did good, but this is what you need to do to keep that going. So, when you're overcoming obstacles, you make sure, the first thing is that you always want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people. I know with trainers that can be pretty difficult because they're just kind of there. You don't really get to choose unless you're one of those barns that has like 1,000,004 trainers. They're just like, oh, pick one. Yeah, I'm not at that kind of barn. They have 2 trainers and I was assigned to 1. I couldn't choose. It was kind of just their choice. I couldn't help it. But if you have a lot of barn friends, I sort of do, I guess. If you have a lot of barn friends, you want to make sure that they're not in that circle of gossip. And you want to make sure that they pick you up when you fall or when you trip over a freaking hurdle. I know I've done that a lot. And then they'll set the hurdle back up and be like, jump it again! Jump it. You can do this. But when you're overcoming obstacles, I know it can be really, really difficult. Because in the equestrian world, if you fail, you feel like you've failed. Because when your horse does something wrong, you've obviously done something wrong. It's never the horse's fault. But the issue is that when we're trying to overcome obstacles, we normally take it out on our horse. I know that I've worked with a lot of people that automatically lash out on their horse. And I've had to control them and I've had to set the horse back in their line. But there's normally a miscommunication. And when you're overcoming obstacles, it's just kind of odd that you need to make it more difficult. Because I know a lot of people that will just, what's the word? Kind of, when they knock down a hurdle or they knock down a pole, if they're jumping, or if they knock down a barrel, they automatically start making these major tweaks everywhere. They change their horse's brand. They change their horse's feed. They change the saddle. Those are expensive, people. Don't do that. But they change everything about their horse. They even change the color of their bell boots. I don't know. I don't use bell boots, so I can't really comment on that. But they change the color of their bell boots just because they knocked down a barrel, a pole, or whatever you do. But when they're overcoming that, once they get past that, they look back on themselves and they just think that they're crazy. People, when you gotta overcome obstacles like this, you gotta get it done fast so that way you don't make mistakes that you're gonna regret later. You can knock down a barrel. You can knock down a pole. You can rub a hoof on a pole. It's okay. No one's gonna kill you for that unless they're like, okay, you gotta win or I'm gonna put a bullet in your head. But in hypothetical, they're not going to kill you. Well, that was a hypothetical, the putting a bullet. Blah, just ignore that part. But I don't understand why when you're overcoming obstacles, you have to overcome them quickly so that way you don't ruin a lot more than you would by just knocking something over, knocking something off, or rubbing a hoof, or whatever you do. And I know that it can be pretty difficult to try to get it done quickly, but it can be done just by going, okay, this is what I did. Then, see, that's why I like to videotape my runs or videotape my rounds. I like to do that so that way I can look back and go, okay, I knocked down that pole because I was drunk riding everywhere and doing this. So, videotape your rounds. That's my second piece of advice. Videotape your rounds. Okay. Get over your feelings and put your horse's feelings first. That's my first one. Videotape your rounds. That's the second one. And don't make major tweaks. That's 3. And look at what you could have done wrong instead of what your horse could have done wrong. I guarantee that that will help you somewhere along the line, whether it be overcoming your obstacles or just dealing with the deal, okay? Okay? Really hope this video helped you guys. I got a whole bunch of messages in my inbox about this, and if you want to send me one and request a couple videos, go ahead, do it. You just go to the About tab and you look down and it'll say send message. Do that. Click that. Put in what you want me to do. Come on, people. I need ideas. Alright, rate, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.